Great. Well, it's wonderful to see everybody. I hope a few more join us. We're recording this. So today marks exactly 6 months since LGNS was launched on the 7th of March 2024. And it's an opportunity for all of us to be able to share the experiences that we've had. And really, I will record this because, as I say, there are not a lot of people present here. So what I want to do initially is I just want to, for those who'd like to share this recording with anybody when it comes out, I'm just going to run through some of the very basic key points of Origin. I'm not going to do a presentation as such, but I will share the little ad that I did yesterday, which will really go through some of the key points there. So we can see in front of us the bullet points that we've got there. So we've all seen various things happening with crypto in the past couple of weeks. Bitcoin is not doing anything. In fact, it's going down. My belief is that once any crypto coin becomes too mainstream, i.e. institutions, governments, stock exchanges start to be interested in it and get involved in it, then the retail guys like you and I lose control. And I think that is where Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana is heading. So we're quite glad that LGNS is quite small at the moment. The institutions and governments are not showing an interest in it, and I hope they never do, frankly, because as soon as your big guys come in, they can sell 1 million here, 10 million here, and they can massively affect the price. As we've seen with Origin, the price has been beautifully stable. It hit 35, I think, a week or two back, but it's now hovering between most of the time 32 and 33, nudging up slightly. We're all happy with that. So let's look at some of the real key aspects of Origin LGNS, and what it means to people. Okay, so virtual economy on the blockchain. Every economy has a currency, it has a workforce, and it has mechanisms to control inflation and to make sure the currency doesn't go up and down too much. That is exactly what Origin is. It's a virtual economy on the blockchain. It has checks and balances to make sure that there's not too much volatility, and it's based on supply and demand, and everything is asset backed. So when you buy LGNS, you are putting USDT into the treasury, and that is the asset. So your money is always protected. Low entry from only $100. You can do less than that, but frankly, we don't see the point, and we'll talk about your leaders will talk to you about why that should be the case. $100 is not a huge amount of money compared to the sort of funds that you'd be looking at if you were entering the stock market or trading Forex seriously. So $100 is very little. You can actually earn up to 43% monthly staking, ROI. I think we're currently on about 25, 26%. It can go up, it can go down, but we're between 25 to 30% on the staking side of things. There's generous team building rewards, which has personally taken my overall ROI to upwards of 40% every single month. The beauty of this, unlike a lot of the ones that you see out there, and we see a lot of them because unfortunately some of our group members on some of the WhatsApp groups have a tendency to post other things that they're doing, which we don't approve of, but we can't force people to maintain integrity. So we can see a lot of these staking things where you have to hold it for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, sometimes 2 years before you can actually withdraw. With LGNS, you can withdraw at any time. It is a coin like any other with the staking rewards and spider rewards built into it. And most important of all, it's safe, it's secure, and it's fully audited by Certec. One of the analogies you can use for this is basically the guys that coded it, it's like they put the safe on the blockchain and they've thrown the key away. That's essentially what they've done, and Certec has audited that. It means that the guys that wrote the code can't go in and start changing things, dipping their fingers in, taking things out, changing the reward yields and all the rest of it. They put it on the blockchain and they've thrown the key away. And that's very, very important to remember. So yes, they can update the app and all the rest of it. Of course they can. But in terms of the code and in terms of how the whole thing works, in terms of yield, staking, all the rest of it, they have no further control over it. So that's very, very important to remember. So they're the key elements of what Origin is all about, and the full presentation, as you all know, is on it's on YouTube. You're all doing your own presentations, but they're the key points. In fact, I have those printed on the back of my business card, which I've had done. So let me stop the sharing with you now, and let me take you through my personal testimony, and then I'm going to open the floor, and I'm going to invite a number of people to share with you their experiences with Origin. So I was asked originally to come into Origin to help build a team, and I came in a month or so before the coin was even launched. I was very skeptical, like many people were at the time. I thought, yeah, right, can't get these sort of rewards. And I was really there to consult, to help build a team, to do a bit of marketing, some corporate videos maybe. And the more I looked at it, the more interested I became. And finally, on the 7th of March, when the coin was launched, and I'm going to share again now my screen because I'd like you to see this. It's really quite impressive. You can see there on the screen that on the 7th of March, when the coin was at $65 per coin, I invested $5,600, which bought me 86 LGNS. Now, I run a spreadsheet every single day. I look at all of my the people that I've brought on in my different levels, although it's difficult to access at the moment. I keep a record of the average 8-hourly yield. I keep a record of the price of LGNS on a daily basis. Okay, so currently, about 15 minutes ago or so, it was $32.13. Now, remember what I said? I bought 86 LGNS on the 7th of March of this year, costing me $65 per LGNS at a total cost of $5,600. Now, I haven't put any more money in since then. I have played with some bonds and I have made some extra profits on that, but all I've earned is my staking rewards and my spiderweb rewards. Now, there's just been about an hour ago another rebase. I haven't added those figures in. As of today, remember I had 86 LGNS, started with that on the 7th of March. As of today, I have 652 LGNS 0.1211. And I have withdrawn in the last few months a total of 307 LGNS, which means that my LGNS added to today's value are in the region of just short of 1,000. Okay, 307 plus 652 is approximately 959. Okay, so 86 LGNS 6 months ago is now 959. Now, most of that has come from my staking reward. And look at the amount, $5,600 invested. Today's value, 20,956. Most of that has come from my staking rewards, but I'm very fortunate that I'm also a team of nearly 600 now, and my spiderweb rewards on an 8-hourly basis are 0.8. They've dropped slightly in the last day or so. I'm not exactly sure why, and I'm waiting to see what the next one will be. But they've been averaging at about 0.8, 0.85 for the last week or two, which is giving me a total of 2.77 every 8 hours LGNS, which is giving me 8.3 every 24 hours, which means that in a month, my monthly profits are in the region of 8,125 US dollars every single month. And that's without taking everything out. So today, I've earned $267 in one day. Okay, and that includes, as I say, taking 307 out over the years. So that is an amazing story. 86 LGNS staked on the 7th of March, exactly 6 months ago today. Currently, LGNS 652. There's no bullshit in this. This is in 8 accounts, and I have a very buoyant. Most of my funds are in my second account, and I have another 6 accounts where I've got an average of 10 LGNS sitting there and building on a daily basis. At the end of this year, with my spiderweb rewards, and if they don't go up, if the team doesn't go up at all and nobody increases anymore, I'm looking at the region of, if we go down to my 12th level, which I'm now qualified for, I'm looking at an income of approximately 707,000, profit of $707,000, which in Malaysian ringgit is just over 3 million. Okay. Now, obviously, the team is growing slightly. It's not growing particularly quickly. I'm quite happy with that. So essentially, what that means is I've made if you take the original sum into mind, I've made 374% profit, but taking the original investment of 5,600 out, I've made a profit in 6 months of 274%. Okay, so essentially, what does that mean? It means that I have nearly quadrupled my original LGNS number, and the number of LGNS have gone up by 7 times, okay, in 6 months. Because so what I do with my profits, I take out some of them. In fact, I take out mainly my spiderweb rewards. I'm taking a bit more out this month because I'm taking my wife to a luxury hotel in Nusa Dua, Bali for a week, at a cost of many $1,000s. Let's keep it so muted, shall we? Thanks. Okay, so I'm very, very happy. So people that turn around to you and say, oh, too good to be true, doesn't happen, can't possibly happen, 6 months, this is what's happened. I'm now sitting on over $20,000 compared to an initial investment of 5,600, and I can take it out anytime I want. LGNS is listed on many of the exchanges now. This is real, this is happening, and thank God, because I'm recovering from cancer, as many of you know, it's enabled me to semi-retire. I do about half an hour to 45 minutes work a day on this, on the income that's providing me, and long may it continue. We don't know what the future holds. Nobody knows what the future holds, but God willing, this continues well into the future and continues to grow. So anybody that says, too good to be true, must be a scam, got to be a Ponzi scheme, got to be this, got to be that, got to be the other, just send them to me. Tell them what I'm doing. Show them this video when it comes out, because it's here and it's real and we're making money. And now I'm building people in Malaysia that are joining me, who are accountants, who are lawyers, who are financial advisors, who are professors, who are professional people. A couple of HR consultants have come on board. These people are looking at it, looking at my figures and saying, Paul, you bought a new car in the last few months. Your rent has been paid by this. You're taking your wife on luxury holidays abroad. You're drinking single malt whiskey, and your wine collection has built up significantly. Where are you getting it from? And I show them, and they say, "Well, I don't believe it." A month later, they come back, and it's another couple of hundreds. What have I forecast on to make this month in LGNS? I'm forecast to make this month another 252 LGNS on spiderweb and tally staking. So when they come back next month and they look at this, and I show them, that I've transferred it into my finance, and then therefore after that into my bank account, and they go, "Oh, okay, we'll put in a few thousand then." And that's the process. So that's why team building can be slow, because people need to see it to be able to believe it. But that's it. That's my testimony. And frankly, the figures speak for themselves. It's surpassed anything that I expected. For the early months, I kept expecting it to go, oh, it's going to crack. And it's stable, and it's producing income, which is withdrawable at any time. And so far, so good. I can't fault it. As I say, we don't know what the future holds, but there are no signs at the moment, in spite of the volatility in the altcoin and Bitcoin markets, that LGNS is going to go anywhere other than either sideways or up. And even if it continues sideways at $32, $33 in LGNS, look at the kinds of return we're getting. When I bought at double the current price, $65. Now it's $32, $33, and look how much money I've made, or look how much value I've made. You can never think of crypto as money until you cash it in. But look at it; it's absolutely astonishing. So it's incredible. I can't say any more than that. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm now going to invite some of the people here, but I'm going to start with my favorite guy on my team, who is the single most successful person. And I'm so grateful for the work that he's put in and the belief that he's put in, both in me and particularly in Origin and LGNS. And that is Ben Yawa. Ben, over to you, sir. Please do take us through your experiences.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Paul. It's a wonderful morning. We've received several apologies for people who are supposed to be on this call, but I'm grateful that it's being recorded. Paul, thank you for all the work that you do for the team. I really appreciate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So mine is a very short story. It was late February this year when a friend of mine approached me and told me there's a project, there's a coin that is about to launch, and I would like to send you info for you to read. I went through it, and most of the stuff were not clear to me. So I asked him, how can we talk to the guys who are doing this so that I can get to ask questions? And he told me, hey, get your passport ready, we'll be going to Malaysia. I was excited at first. And so I was not really excited because of building a team. I just wanted to see what this is all about and see if it's something that we can commit, especially for this year, which is a bull run year. You need something that will be working on you'll be working on it. So we went to Malaysia late. I think that was still late February. We came back early March. I think so, yeah. So on getting there, I think the first day was not so well. Things were not so clear as such, because it's a coin, and for the first time I'm being educated, I'm being trained. Paul took us through a class where, we're talking about the economy. I'm not an economics person. I studied something totally different. So I was trying to marry the two, and then this concept of DeFi. And to cut the whole story short, I fell in love with it, but initially, I really didn't want to come back and promote and share with people or tell people what it is. I wanted to commit my own money because of what we've gone through in the past. I didn't want people asking me, hey, are you sure this thing is not a scam? Are you sure this? Are you sure that? And to me, I got tired answering those questions. So I told myself, if this thing is real, then I will do it myself. Of course, the rest of my friends that we went with, they were very, excited. Yeah, we will do. And the rest of the story, we don't need to go back into that. And of course, towards the end of our stay in Malaysia, I connected a few of my friends on a Zoom call, and they showed interest, and that's how the whole thing started. And my friend, Dr. Ojina, is the one that now introduced the team in Eldoret, and the rest of the team, as we know it, in Kenya today, that is under me, we have well over 300 people on the team right now. It's just amazing. So that's my story as far as team building is concerned. As far as the income is concerned, this is the best project I've ever done, because I look at where I started. I have several accounts as well, as Paul mentioned. I may not be able to share my screen here because I've had some people saying, are you sure Ben has really invested? He keeps talking about his money, but are you sure he has shown you? Yes, I have. And those are some of the things that I didn't want to go through, because it's not safe again. Like Paul is sharing he's in Malaysia. You want to get to him, you have to fly and it's safe for him to share those things. For me, I don't, unless we've met. I cannot show you, just flash my income to you. So I have several accounts as well. I qualified myself. I'm sure those of you are building, you understand that. And I have an account that I actually sold that property. This is new to Paul. He has never had this. That account right now, I've been able to triple my income in the shortest time possible. I was privileged just last week. There's a friend of, not really a friend of mine, my pastor, is flying out of the country, and he's a foreigner. He needs to sell his car. I just cashed out kidogo. We will teach Paul Kiswahili. Kidogo means small, just something small like this, and I purchased the car in cash. Actually, I was only left with a few shillings on top, which is like $1,000 or so that I had to cash out to a friend. But I just sold a portion of my coins and I bought the car immediately. Not that I needed it, but hey, I don't need a man of God to go back, and then he will be asking people for money and all that. He needed to sell his car because he has to go back to Nigeria. So that account has tripled on its own. And then my main account, which is my upline account, this account, it has accumulated. I've withdrawn more than $10,000 on the top account, more than $10,000. So that one, whenever we meet, that is what I will show you. I cannot show you these other ones. I'll just mention the numbers. So it's amazing. And the most beautiful thing to me is that the team that we got started way back when the coin was a bit high in price, everybody has recovered their money and made profit on top of it. Some have multiplied their money twice, thrice, 4 times. There's one gentleman that we know 3.5 months ago. Today, his stake is well over 500,000, and he started with 100,000 Kenya shillings. So these are what are now beginning to build my excitement that when I go to the field, I talk with confidence, and somehow it has put some pride in me that if I talk to you and you're not listening, I'll put you on pending and talk to the next person, because I don't want non-believers, because I'm already a believer. So I don't want, the more you listen to negative talk, it might infect you, it will infect you. It will infect you. I'm telling you the truth. You might go out there prospecting and you find somebody that is so negative. They look at everything the same, with the same glasses that they used when they were losing money, and now they look at things the same way. Wow, I don't want to talk too much. That is it for me. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul, he invited us, he hosted us in Malaysia. He is my upline. He's always here to train us, answering questions whenever they arise with the group. You are the best guy, you're the best upline. I'm so super happy to be part of your team. And to the rest of the people on the call who are on my team, I'm so blessed to have you. And I know that all of you are winning, so I can't wait to listen to your testimonies. That will be it for me. God bless you. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Ben. You're very, very kind with your words. The other beauty of this, of course, is that unlike, I know a lot of people have been involved in various networking schemes over the years. One of the reasons that we can be, if you like, completely patient and not worry about people that don't want to sign up is we're making our own money from if nobody ever signs up again, we're still making fantastic rewards from the staking. People are negative if they are, poo-pooing, gainsaying, all the rest of it. Fine, don't do it. It's no skin off my nose. What we don't need is people in our team who are constantly worrying, oh, what's happening here? Oh, I'm nervous. And fine, don't do it, because I'm still making money. I'm still making profits every single 8 hours. It's great to have you on board, but it's one of the things I say to people. That's fine. For Christmas, I'll be getting a Lamborghini. You'll be getting a pair of socks. Not my problem, is it? And so that's great. So thank you for those kind words, Ben. And I'm really, really proud of the way that you've taken LGNS over to Kenya and Africa in a wider sense, and you've really made a huge difference to the team numbers. We've got nearly 700, as I say, and I think Ben's team is without doubt the largest in that. We've got Billy Okia. Are you there, Billy? Would you like to share with us your experiences with LGNS and Origin? And you put your name down, so that's fantastic. So Billy, over to you, sir.
Actually, I want to thank the entire team and led by Paul. Actually, like I'd stated in the wall that I'm not very old on this particular business, but so far I may say that actually it has worked miracle with in the smallest means possible. How I got to know the LGNS, there's a friend of mine whom actually was once a colleague in my profession, and we've tried cryptocurrency over a period of time unsuccessfully. So, and the experience we had there was terrible. So when he came back and told me and shared with me the same story about LGNS, I was a bit skeptical because once bitten, twice shy. So like I told him, oh, my friend, are you back on this again? He told me, yeah, I'm back on this. There's a friend of mine who shared with this. This one is legit. This one is real. It's worth being tried. So I said, okay, I'll look into it. So I tried to ask so many questions about the LGNS investment, but apparently he could not actually answer most of the questions. So when he could not, he referred me to Ben. So Mr. Ben took me through. We had just a phone call conversation. We've never met physically. But again, since that money was an issue on my side, I invested small. So I can say so far with the investment I've done, because I could invest and withdraw, which is very different from other cryptocurrency whereby you don't have full control over your finances. In this case, you have full control and you can do whatever you want with your money. So then once this guy of mine introduced me to this particular thing, I feel like I've moved a step and I'm interested. Last couple of weeks, I called Ben and I even asked him like, when can I put more? And he told me, yeah, this thing's real. If you have money, just put it. And therefore, after a couple of months, therefore, you'll be able to get back all your investment within a shortest time possible. So my simple testimony is that this thing is real. Maybe opportunity, you may not have enough resources, but again, it's worth being investing in. Maybe at this particular lowest level, because now the values of LGNS at the moment is low, it's affordable, and where I believe maybe going forward it might rise. So actually, I've done a number of things, simple things, of course, with LGNS with ease, without going maybe borrowing from a friend and the rest. So I'm looking forward maybe to investing more, maybe before the year ends, and see what will happen. So that would be my testimony for now. And I'm very much grateful, Mr. Paul and Mr. Ben and everybody on board. So we are still learning and continue learning. I think that would be my time.
Thank you so much, Billy. That was really, really instructive. And, you know, Ben, like myself, we're very prosaic about things. I've taken out in profits more than double my original stake. So I've kind of got this attitude that, you know, I don't really mind what happens in the future, frankly. I mean, I don't think everything is going to go, there's no signs of anything, but we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know what's going to happen with crypto. We don't know what's happening with anything. But even if it does, even if the worst case scenario happens in a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, it doesn't matter. I cannot mathematically lose. It's impossible because I've already taken out double what I put in the first place. $12,000 or so, and I only put in 5,006. So, you know, that's the beauty of it. How can I ever say to anybody, you know, who says to me, it's too good to be true? That's what I've done. And I'm encouraging anybody with the slightest bit of concern, take out your original stake as soon as you've made profits and keep the rest in. You cannot mathematically lose if you do that, no matter how nervous you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So thank you for that, Billy, and previously Bet. Viola, are you there, Viola? Viola.
Okay, yeah, I'm Viola, and I am one of the people whom I had the opportunity to hear this LGNS coin. And to speak the truth, it is not in order to say or to give the facts of whatever is happening in your in the background of whatever is happening in my accounts because of security reasons, as my brother said earlier on. And sincerely speaking, I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to you, Paul. I'm so most grateful to Ben Yawa, who took me through. And I learned most of these things. And so far, so good. What I can just say is that I remember when it was, when I was told it was end of March. And I was called in that meeting. I guess it was the first meeting or something. And when I was called, I was also so skeptical about it. And I went back, I prayed. And then there is one friend of mine by the name Angela, who happens to be a good friend, mother to Ben Yawa. She told me, Vayo, we have been risking a lot. Let us also risk. If you have something, let us risk. Myself, I really talked about, I was thinking about if I risk and I lose. And then something just out of nowhere at night told me, get out of what you have, all of them, and put. I don't want to say how much, but I put a lot. It reached a time after 1 month, 2 months there. It was in the month of, I guess it was June there about. The coin really dropped. And people were selling. I told Yawa, I kept calling Yawa. I really thank you, Yawa. Yawa told me, Vayo, hold on, be patient. I was patient. And as at now, I am happy. I am happy. I have recovered. I have been doing, I'm a business lady. So I have been removing my money anytime I want. I get another money, I put in. So I am happy with LGNS because this is an opportunity I've never found. I remember I have been online in programs. LGNS I want to say that I've never seen such an opportunity that you put your money the following day when you get an emergency or you are in need of money, you are able to just withdraw them and continue, can put, I've never seen such an opportunity. Most sincerely, I want to say, Paul, I have deep conviction and I have known that this is the real coin. Ben have really taught me and has taught me a lot. I want to thank you, Ben. I have conviction that this coin, when it reaches $100 in November or 150 come next year, life will never be the same. I have a lot of conviction. I believe I'm going to do great things. I want to say that apart from, of course, putting more accounts, because I know the power of networking, I have brought in all my sisters whom they have enjoyed. There is one who have recovered all her money. And she was telling me, only if I would put more money, I would have gotten a lot. I told her, you have the decision to make. And she's really thinking about it as we speak right now. And I know that she will bring in a lot. I want to encourage people that if you live in fear, you will never succeed in this life. You just have to trust in God and also learn to risk. I remember when I was introduced cryptocurrency, I've been introduced this cryptocurrency many years ago. I was told risk whatever you are able to lose. And that is what I can tell anybody here. Don't ever risk something. In fact, what I just want to share, and it is the truth, is that you ask yourself, if I put this money today, and for example, let me just use this example because it is happening with us here. If this coin LGNS reduces, I want to believe it will not reduce up to 21, the least that has ever reduced, reduces more, and it is not able to bring you that money that you put, are you able to still be alive or you will die? If you are able to answer me that you are going to be alive and move on in this life, then just risk whatever you are able to lose. Just don't. If you're not a risk taker, stay away. Don't even, just stay away. Risk, put whatever you are able to put, but don't put whatever you're not able to, whatever you cannot contain yourself. I know I have talked a lot, Paul. But I'm happy.
It's great. It's great to hear from you. It's really fantastic.
I am happy, and I know, as I have said, LGNS is going to take us to places. I have heard you saying that you are sponsoring your wife to go to where. I know one time, even me, I will be able to sponsor myself and even sponsor my husband to go to those places where you are sponsoring your wife. Great. So I want to say that people in Eldoret, especially in Eldoret and in Kenya, please let us learn to invest in LGNS. Let us learn to risk more, put more, and you will be happy more. You will get more. Otherwise, Paul, may God bless you so much. I'm really a firm believer of LGNS. Ensure that LGNS is there for us, because this coin, as I have been taught, it is in blockchain. That blockchain, I really want to be a partaker of it in good percentage, so that come next year, after another 6 months like this one, I will be able to give even more of whatever it has done to me. Otherwise, I am so happy. May God bless you. May God be with you. And may God take us, increase this LGNS more and more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Viola. That's really lovely to hear from you. My own story, and she's quite right, you don't, what's happened with LGNS, we know that the price shot up and then it dropped down a bit. The last 6 months since the coin launched have seen a stabilization, and that's a number of reasons for that. First of all, we had some very big investors came in, and then they got out very quickly. And when they got out, the price dropped a lot. We also had some very small investors who were putting next month's rent money in, and they started panicking when the price dropped and they sold out. So one of the reasons the price dropped so much was that it was a big shakeout of what I think we could term the unsuitables. We don't want people putting in $10 million into LGNS, because if they pull it out, okay, the price will shoot up. If they pull it out, the price will drop. We don't want people putting in their rent money that they need next month, because if the price does drop, they're going to panic. They're going to be on the phone to me or Ben and say, "Oh, what's happening?" And all the rest of it. Viola is exactly the sort of person that we need. The person that says, "Okay, I can put enough in and I can hold it. Next month, I'm not going to use it to pay the rent. I don't need to. It's there." There is an element of risk. My own personal story, I was a musician and a performing artist for many, many years. I was director of performing arts for one of the big churches over here as well. And I had quite a successful performing arts academy, which I launched in 2017. And COVID completely wiped it out. I lost everything, absolutely everything. We were teaching music and drama and musical instruments and speech and drama and everything. And I lost a lot, everything. My entire life savings went with that because of COVID. So when I was doing this particular, and then a year ago, almost exactly, I was diagnosed with floor of mouth cancer. Went through terrible treatment with that. Had a job, lost that back in January. And when a small pension came in from military in the UK, because I was military when I was much younger, I decided to put some of that into LGNS. It was a risk, but if I'd kept that pension, it would be gone by now. That lump sum, it would be gone. It would have been spent. My monthly expenses would have swallowed it up. As it is, it's quadrupled, and I've taken out a very sensible monthly income. So there's a few people here that I'd like to talk who didn't actually previously volunteer, but I'd like to hear from Daisy. Daisy, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Would you like to share with us, Daisy, your experiences with Origin and LGNS a little bit? It'd be great to hear from you.
Okay, I personally joined LGNS in June after my sister told me this is a good thing. She had actually withdrawn her profits. So coming from my sister, I knew she wouldn't get me into a scam. So that is how I invested some amount. And up to now, I have more than doubled whatever I invested. I haven't withdrawn any amount because I want it to still grow, maybe until December. That is my short story. I want to urge anyone who is willing to invest in this, be a risk taker. If you won't be a risk taker, you won't earn any amount. So this one is for the risk takers, and thank you, Paul, for this opportunity. I wasn't expecting. Yes.
Lovely to hear from you, Daisy. Okay, we'll have one more. If we haven't got any volunteers, I'll point a few. Michael Awili, are you there, Michael?
Yes, Paul, I'm here.
Hi, brother. Would you like to say a few words about your experiences so far?
Yeah, so far so good. I don't complain, and I will not complain. And just as my fellow colleagues have said this, it's true. I've met Ben personally. We've had a chat, physical meetings, and I've been in this journey early June. So when you're celebrating 6 months, me, I'm celebrating 3 months, but I know that I'll get there. Indeed, I joined LGNS on the first glance, on first instance, when I was introduced to me by Peter, who has been a close friend of mine in regards to crypto business. He has been my mentor, training me, guiding me in one way or another. When he introduced this business to me, I saw the potential in it and joined immediately. So far, right now, my initial investment is 2x now, slightly above 2x, and I still believe I don't want to withdraw anything. I still believe that I want to maximize my earnings. I'm up to there, whatever it will be, wherever it will take me to, and I'm still looking for adding more, because an investment that gives you a rebase of every 8 hours, that's 3 times in a day, is really amazing. There's no any other business that I've ever seen doing this. And it is very, very practical. In as much as somebody may see the price going down, I think this is where the greedy take the advantage. When the price goes down, invest more so that you realize the full potential of the business. Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much, Ben and Peter, if you are here, for bringing me this opportunity. And I have faith in it completely that it will transform my life. And in fact, just as Paul has said, when it comes to web reward, already have a team from my end here in Nakuru, and I've enjoyed the fruits of the web rewards. So bring more people, you'll definitely earn more. Thank you so much, team.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Michael. Okay, so I'm not going to sort of bring this down. I'm sorry, Peter isn't here. I'd love to have heard from Peter because I know Peter's done really, really well out of it. We're doing great. I mean, I spent a lot of time when I first I was approached back in January to get involved in this. And I spent so much time trying to find holes in it, trying to find reasons not to do it, and I still haven't. 8 months later, because it's 6 months since the coin launch, but 8 months since I got involved with Origin, I still haven't found any reasons not to do it. It's as simple as that. You know, and the really lovely thing is that I've met so many beautiful people, and I'm really, really so looking forward. Well, I've done some speculation on my 9 months, looking where we're looking at probably next April time, and I'm really gonna try and come out to Africa. I'm loath to do it at the moment because I'm still building that pot, as you all are. But I really am so looking forward to meeting you guys. I'm a people person, so just doing things on Zoom is great because there's no alternative. But one of these days, I want to be out there, shaking your hands and meeting you all in person. It will be absolutely amazing. Okay, before we close, would anybody else like to share a few words that I haven't called or that didn't volunteer about their experiences with LGNS? Please, you're welcome to share. Anybody? Okay. As they say, auction, going, gone. Well, it's been a delight, and it's to be with you guys today, celebrating 6 months of major growth. We all, of course, hope that the coin goes to 100, 150, maybe even more. To me, that's a bonus. If it stays at 32, 33, and we add 5 or 10 people, a week to the team, the staking grows. I'm still happy. If it goes to 100, I'm absolutely ecstatic and delirious. So particularly thank you, Ben. Thank you to Viola. Thank you to Billy. Thank you to Michael and Viola for all of those who've contributed today. I will make this recording available in the next 2 or 3 days. I'll pop it on YouTube with a link for you to share it with people. And it's so wonderful to hear the stories of people that who were skeptical at first and have really, changed their lives by coming to LGNS. The story that Ben told about the car, I think is amazing. So God bless each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been, as I said, a privilege to have your company this evening, for me, morning for you guys, and I look forward to this. So next Saturday, so I'm going away to Bali. No, it's not for another couple of weeks. So we'll do an open presentation next Saturday. The really sort of drill down what is Origin, what is LGNS, and all the rest of it. And so please invite as many people as you can. Same time next week, 5 p.m. my time, 9 a.m. GMT, 12 noon Kenyan time or East Africa time, and I think it's 11 South African time. So with that, I will bring the meeting to a close. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you, and have a fantastic rest of the weekend. Sponsor lots of people, tell them the good news about LGNS, and let's keep going onwards and upwards. Cheerio. God bless you.